Hi, this is Dr. Balanoff, the CEO of Smile Perfected, and I've brought to you many videos and we've talked about a lot of different topics. And today what I want to talk about is the optimism of opening up your office, your dental practice, after the COVID-19 virus. Now, it's not over yet. The virus is still out there and there's still a lot of concern. But we all want to be optimistic about the future. And my challenge to you today, and I want you to kind of really think about this, is it better to be optimistic or realistic? And I'm going to say to you, I think it's going to be better to be realistic, because in reality, we can deal with the cold, hard facts. We can start to do some business planning and take advantage of the opportunity that's going to start to be out there because of where people are with their dental practice. So optimism, it's a wonderful thing, but optimism typically doesn't pay the bills. Being a realist, managing your business realistic, understanding what your goals are, not optimistic goals, but realistic goals, are really going to be the way forward. So for the last 6 to 8 weeks, our patients have not come to visit us other than for emergency care. In some states, they've opened it up to urgent care. But generally speaking, patients have not been coming back to our dental office. So optimistically, I like to think that they're all going to come back. But realistically, when the ADA does a survey, that's not really the case. So let me just kind of review some of the facts. What the ADA says is that about 40% of our patients are going to return back to us in the next 6 to 12 months. 40%. Boy, that's tough. But if I know that, it'll allow me to start to figure out what I want to have from a personnel standpoint, and what my production goals should be, and what my inventory controls should be, and a lot of other things. So one of the things we want to do when we want to look at our practices realistically, if only 40% of our patients are going to come back to us in the next 6 months, how do I want to kind of go about doing this? I want to treat those 40% patients that are coming back to me as the best patients that any practice could possibly have. So let's focus on the patients. We're going to kind of forego profits, and we're going to be in what I like to call a preservation mode for the next couple of months. I want to be able to make enough money to cover the overhead. I need to be able to pay the rent. I need to make the lease payments. I need to pay the credit card bill. I need to cover the payroll of the people working for me. That's what I mean by preservation mode. Now later on, as things start to get ramped up, we're going to start to do a lot more elective procedures. But realistically, where we are today, where we're going to be a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, we're going to have about half of our patient load. And that's the cold, hard facts. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it turns out to be better. And I can manage success, but it's so difficult to manage failure. So if I'm realistic about who's coming into me and what their goals are and what my goals are, I think what we can really do is do an amazing job in our preservation mode, because we're realistic and we're not foolishly optimistic. So what's the silver lining in all of this? So in that same survey the American Dental Association did, 46% of dentists over the age of 65 feel that they cannot sustain their practice going forward, and they're considering either closing or filing for bankruptcy. And if this trend continues, they just know they can't make it. So I think what's going to happen after this starts to slow down is a lot of these older dentists in our neighborhood, the mentors that we've looked to for advice and practice management help and so forth, they're going to start to quit because they just don't have it in them anymore. So for as sad as that is for those dentists to decide to close their practice or take other draconian measures to deal with the COVID virus, the patients that are being seen by those practices now become your opportunity. So my suggestion to you is to stay friendly with all of the dentists in the neighborhood. There may be an opportunity for you to buy an existing dental practice, or at least the patient list of an existing dental practice. And if you're not able to do that, the other realistic opportunity that you have is not all of those patients are going to stay with the practice. They're going to start to look around for a new dentist. So I think one of the things you may want to consider is reaching out to those patients through advertising locally and say, hey, listen, we've got a new patient special. Come in, we're going to give you a free examination, we're going to give you a free hygiene visit, we're going to give you some free x-rays, we're going to whiten your teeth for free, we're going to do all these things. I just want you to meet my office, and I want you to know how when you come to our office, we're going to make you feel safe and secure, and we're going to give you the confidence to want to come back. Those are the kind of opportunities that are available. So what does it all mean to us? Well, I want all of us to be realistic. So I own a dental lab, and I also own a whitening product called Smile Perfected. And obviously my business has been impacted by all of that so much I can't even tell you. If I were to give you a little tour of the warehouse facility, there's nothing going on here. That is the cold, hard facts. And optimistically, I want to think that all the dentists are going to come back and start ordering my whitening product again. But realistically, that's not going to happen at the rate that I want it to. So what does it mean to me as a small business owner? It allows me to take the facts that I have and manage my business. And that's really all I'm asking you to do. Now, at the same time, a guy like me is going to look to the landscape of dentistry right now and think to myself, well, maybe some of these dentists are going to start giving away free whitening, and maybe that's going to help my business later on down the road. But realistically, if I believe all the statistics and all of these surveys, it's going to be slow going for me for a while. So a lot of the people that used to work for me don't work for me anymore. And for as much as that pains me and it kills me, that's the reality of where I am. And I know I'm going to be able to build back my business again because of the service that we give our customers, which are dentists like you. And I know that the mouth guards that we make for the NBA and the NHL and Major League Baseball, all of that business is going to start to come back, but not for a couple of months. So I've got to hang on a couple of more months, really tighten the belt, and be realistic about where I am. And behind closed doors, I'll have a certain amount of optimism, but during the day, it's all about being realistic. So go forward being realistic, put on a happy face, because that's what your employees are going to want you to do, and you're going to be okay as long as you're smart about where you are.